everybody. I just wanted to come on and talk about the last couple books that I've read. Um, just a second, I have to go grab my phone. Okay, I'm back. Oops. So I am actually reading the A Court of Thorns and Roses series again. Um I am just gonna read off the books that I have read over the last couple of months. I really apologize for not doing my posts, but my grandpa passed away and it's been really hard on me. And another family member is also in the hospital, so it just it made me not really want to do my videos, and I'm sorry about that, but it wasn't fun for me at that time because I missed him too much. So I am sorry. I hope you guys enjoy this video and I will try to be better about it. I'm still missing my grandpa very much, but I am better now. I still miss him terribly, but I'm not going to break down every time I talk about him. Okay. Just so I don't break down when I'm talking about him. So for December, I decided that I was going to reread this because I have read the series, both of these, the duology and then a trilogy. I've read both of them. So the first one that I read in December is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This is a duology. I am not sure where my series went. I did have the other three books, but I'm not exactly sure where it went. And then, let me find a picture. And this one, if you can see it, Shadow and Bone, also by Leigh Bardugo. It's a very good series. If you have not read it, I definitely recommend it. I'm not sure what you're supposed to read it in. I don't think it really mattered. I read the Shadow and Bone trilogy before the Six of Crows duology, so you can read it either way. It doesn't really matter. So February's book club book, so this month's book club book was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I really, really like this book. It took me a bit to get into it because it was quite slow at the beginning, but then I really did start to enjoy the book more. So it takes about 100 or so pages. It's a little slow paced, but I think you guys will definitely enjoy it if you do decide to read the series. I think there's about 7 books in the series. I could be wrong. I've only read the first one so far, but this one was really good. And I also really liked the pictures that they had in it. Like, it kind of gave something more to the story. You don't really see a whole lot of that, and I definitely enjoyed it. Okay, so March's book club book is going to be Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. This is a really good book. Yes, I have already read this book. It's really, really good. I definitely, definitely recommend reading it. Also, I will have the review for this book in particular, what I just said. I will have this book, the review for it at the end of March, since this is actually March's book. And April's book will be I don't have it with me, but anyways, it'll be Beautiful Wild by Anna Gubsbersen. I can't pronounce the name, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering the author's name. This was actually one that I really actually liked this one. I am not much for nonfiction books, but I definitely enjoyed it. Whew, sweet. I definitely recommend it. I got it in a book box that I bought. I'm subscribed to it. It's not a paid promotion or anything. I bought it with my own money. It's really well written. And May's book club book is going to be A House of Salt and Sorrows by Aaron A. Craig. And this one I have not read yet. And I have heard several other booktubers review these, so I'm very excited about this one. I'm hoping to get to it after I'm finished the current series I'm reading. The current series I'm reading is A Court of Thorns and Roses because I have received the newest book in the series, which I'm really excited for. This one, A Court of Silver Flames, I am really excited for it. Like, I'm not 100% sure that I love the cover. Like, I have the original covers, so they changed it. She changed it. I'm not happy. Not happy with the cover change. But I understand that they do that sometimes to get more money out of it, but I am very much looking forward to reading this book in the series. I am currently on the third one of Court of Wings and Ruin. It's really good. I've read this series probably 5 times in the past couple of months or couple of years. I've known about no, it's not a couple of years, a couple of months. I've known about this series since last year in September, so it's not quite a year, but a couple months. So the third one, or I guess the fourth one technically, of this series is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. I've read this a couple times. I really do enjoy it. It's not like a continuation of it. It's kind of just like a happy story where nothing crazy happens, but you're like on the tip of your toes thinking everything is going to happen. It's really well written. I decided I was going to read it from book 1 to book this one, and then end up with finishing this one. I'm really excited about it. I hope there's more books in the series. Not that there's never enough books in a series, obviously. So yeah, this is a very long book. This book right now, the one that I currently have, it's 751 pages. That is a big chunk of book. Mind you, I have read bigger books, but that is going to be I'm going to do a current reads video eventually. This is just kind of a catch-up video of what I've been reading and whatnot, and being as I'm not working right now, so that's what I've been doing. I'm hoping to get to this one and then get to the other one tomorrow. I want to try to do like a little marathon. I'm not going to like film it or anything because I don't actually have a camera that can film for the 24 hours. I just have my little tablet like thing, and I don't think I can film for 24 hours. I don't know if that would actually work. So we're gonna see if that would actually work. I don't know. I have to try first. But I guess I could just break it up into little pieces. But yeah, that's about what I've read. There is a couple more books that I've read. I'm actually also reading Brave by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's really good. If you want to read it from the beginning, because this is the third book in the series. The first book is Wicked, also by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and the second one is Torn, and then the third one is Brave. That is the order of this series. So Wicked trilogy. I cannot talk today. Yeah, so that's basically what I've read so far. There is a couple other books that I want to get to, and I probably showed you guys these several times, but I have many books that I want to get to, and I'm hoping I get to eventually. So yeah, I'm hoping that I really enjoy Nesta's book, because I didn't like the way she treated Farah. I can't pronounce her name. Farah? How do you pronounce her name? Okay, so yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this read. I have a few books that are coming out, so I will be doing a want to read kind of video at some point. Um Obviously this is one of my most anticipated releases of 2021, and I am hoping that my other release comes out soon. It is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare, and I'm really excited to read that one. I also want to reread that series. I did start to read it, and if you guys want me to, I can put the reading order that I read it in, so it makes it kind of easier to understand the whole story. You don't have to read it this way. I didn't read it this way to begin with. I just read the books in the order that I was supposed to read them in. Like, I didn't think there was any like companion books or anything, but there actually is some. There is some books that you can read in between certain books. Like you read, I think it's Ghosts of the Shadow Market, and you read it's like a short story, and you read it in between certain books. I'll have to bring them out and set them up so I can show you which one to read in order. It's quite confusing. Cassandra Clare loves to confuse us, but I'm hoping that I can read that book. And the problem is I have to I'm going to Edmonton in 2 weeks, and for a friend, she's going to be getting a hernia surgery. So I want to pack some books with me, but I'm not quite sure which ones I want to pack. But I'm thinking probably if I don't read it before then, which I probably will because I'm quite a fast reader, I will probably bring this book with me, House of Salt and Sorrows, because I've definitely wanted to read this book for a while. I'll probably also bring a couple more with me, because I am quite a fast reader, and that's not me gloating. I read really fast. I comprehend everything I'm reading. So no, don't think that I can't comprehend what I'm reading. I've had lots of people tell me that in the past, that I should slow down my reading because I can't comprehend everything, and I was not too happy about that. It did not happen on YouTube, it happened on Facebook, but I have then gotten over it. It's just what people think. I don't care if you read slow, I don't care if you read fast, I don't care if you have a super hard time reading it. If you're reading it, you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to come on to say. If you guys have any books that you like that I have not yet read, there's not a whole lot I haven't read. Like, I stick to my certain authors and that's it. I don't really stray from them. But once my favorite authors have paused in their writing, like they're still writing said book and it's not released yet, then I branch out to other books, but I normally don't. I will be doing a want to read recent reads video thing that I want to do. I've basically read every Jennifer L. Armentrout book, and I want to do a more in-depth video of certain books that I read. I want to do better reviews about them. If you haven't read A Court of Thorns and Roses, I definitely think you should. But be warned that some people like it and some people don't. This is a very hyped up book series. A very hyped up. Everybody's talking about it. And I don't want to give anything away, so I'm just going to not do a review on the newest book, this one. And I'm just going to do a short little what I thought of it. I'm going to try not to do any spoilers because I hate spoilers. It's the worst. I have not gotten to it. I am not looking at any of those sites on Facebook talking about the newest book because I do not want them to spoil me on anything, and I don't want to spoil anybody on here either. They're really good. The first book is a little harder to get into it at first, and then as you progress into the series, and at least after 200 pages, it gets better. And Rhysand, I'm probably not pronouncing his name right at all. I think it's Rhysand, or Reese, I guess, if you're gonna call him whatever. You will probably fall in love with him. He's hilarious. You will. I'm not giving away characters. This is actually a name from the first book. You will find out in the first book of this character. He's awesome, and I very much love him. All the other characters, Cassian, Azriel, Mor, Armin, all of those characters, you will learn to love them. I love them. Personally, Rhysand is my favorite character out of all of them. Farah and Rhysand. Now, a lot of people probably have already said this, but I hate Tamlin. You will understand by the end of the first book / middle of the second book, and it gets very complicated. I don't want to give any spoilers away, so that's all I'm going to say, is I hate Tamlin. He does eventually redeem himself, but all you have to know right now is I hate him. He's not a nice character, and you'll know why in the series eventually. It's very hard to read the first book, especially for me, because I've read it a couple times, so I know what's going to happen. So it's very hard to read it and not want to throw something at the character. And I get very, very emotional with these books. I know they're just books. That's what everybody says to me. Oh, they're just books. You shouldn't read so much and freak out so much. But what else am I going to do? It could be drugs, and it's not. So, there's that. And yeah, I really, really like the books. Now, a lot of people say that this Court of Frost and Starlight is not actually a continuation of the storyline. It's kind of just a fluffy story, and quite a few people don't like it, but you don't have to read it. But it kind of is a nice little fluffy story. Like, it's a happy story instead of filled with all the chaos that's this entire series. It's chaos, and I do not think that A Court of Silver Flames will be any less crazy. I do not think that. I'm very excited for Nesta's story. This is Nesta's story. This one is Nesta and Cassian's story. So we get to see the side characters. I have kind of figured out that what Sarah J. Maas is doing is kind of doing the side characters and not the main characters anymore. So not Farah's and Rhysand's point of view, but it's going from the side characters, so Nesta and Cassian, and then there'll probably be Elaine and Arziel, or I can't pronounce their names, it's crazy. So all those side characters, they're going to have stories about them. And if you guys have any questions about the book orders or anything, or what books you're reading in the current months, or what books you want to add to the next couple of months, let me know. I can change it. I'm okay with that. I prefer to have only fiction books. I like my fantasy books. I do not really like nonfiction. It's okay if there is some, if it's a good story, if it's a love story or something, that's fine. Month of February, that's all good. I like to read romance, but mostly they're fantasy romance. I don't normally read fiction, so. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing me talk for 30 minutes. Yeah, I already did my review for what I wanted to do. Right, February's book. Yeah, I already did that book review. Where did it go now? So this was February's book club book. If you have not read it, I definitely recommend reading it. It's really good. It's very unique in its own way. Like, there's quite a few booktubers that have read it and they've really enjoyed it. So I very much hope that you guys have enjoyed the books that I have picked. And even though I only have 5 subscribers, that's okay. I really enjoy talking about the books, and I'm getting better at doing it, I think. And I definitely hope that you guys continue to enjoy my videos, and if you want to add your friends, you can go for it. I don't mind. I am going to try to put this on my page on Facebook, but I do not actually know if I'm going to be able to figure it out because it's been a while for me. So hopefully it works. And hopefully I read all the books I want to read this month. I have a couple coming up that I really do want to get to. A lot of Stephen King books that I want to get to. My mom and me, we have been talking about reading a lot lately, and she used to really, really love reading, and I actually started getting her back into reading with Stephen King, and she's actually got me into Stephen King, because my first book that I picked up, that was Stephen King, because I found a few years ago when I was about 16, 17, in that age range, I could not read it. I don't know why I couldn't read his books. I think maybe they were just too adult like books. Like, I know they're mostly like not nonfiction. They're mostly fiction books. Like, it's not real. He's a horror writer. It's all good. I actually really like his books. But I started out with it, and I don't know why I can now get into his books. I am currently 27. I do not know why I can now get into his books. Maybe it's now that I'm more mature, I can get into his books. I wasn't as mature at that age, at 16, 15, 16, 17 age, as I am now. So maybe that's why I can read the books. I don't really know. I want to do a whole video on just the Stephen King books I've read. It's not very many. I've read The Mist, The Mist, It, Doctor Sleep, ugh, and I think that's it for his books that I've read. There's a couple other ones that I've watched the movies and I really enjoyed them, so I actually really want to read the books as well. I have The Shining that I borrowed from my mom. I have Cujo that I borrowed from a friend, but I'm gonna return it to my friend. I have The Institute, which I want to read. I have a couple other ones that I would really like to get to, so I think over the next couple of months while I'm not working, I'm going to try to get those read, and then I can do my little video on them, which makes me excited because I really like his books. They're really well written, even though it's horror, and I probably have said this on my previous videos when I did my book review for for Stephen King. That was our October read for last year. We did It by Stephen King. I read the book. I did the physical book, the physical copy, the ebook copy, and the audiobook. Now, if you do not like horror, I do not recommend this book. I do not recommend the audiobook. The book itself isn't that scary, but the audiobook, I listened to it at night right before bed. Do not do that. It creeped me out. I had weird dreams. It was creepy. But I do not recommend reading it and listening to it before bed. Not a good idea. But I really did enjoy that book. Oh, and there was one more I read. I also read If It Bleeds by Stephen King. It's kind of a combination of short stories. It's really, really good. Um, I recommend that book. I just kind of bought it on a whim. I wasn't thinking I was going to buy another Stephen King book, but it was a new one, and I don't even think it has a movie yet, so I just decided to buy it on a whim, like I usually do, and I read it within a couple months, and then I actually enjoyed it. So I enjoyed that book. I definitely recommend. I've only read 4 of his books so far, but all of them have been really well written. Obviously, he's a very famous author, so I'm really excited about that. That's basically all I have because I've been talking for like 30 minutes. I do want to do a Stephen King kind of, I want to read books for Stephen King because he's really a really good author, and I really want to read a few more of his books. So I think that when I go to Edmonton in the next 2 weeks, in 2 weeks I'm going to Edmonton with my friend because she has an operation and I'm her emergency contact. She lives with me as well, so I'm her emergency contact. So I'm gonna go with her. Sorry, I'm yawning because I'm tired. Um, I'm her emergency contact, so I'm going with her so I can help her when she gets out of the hospital, and so I can keep all of her receipts and things so she can get the money back. Um, so I'm thinking I'm going to try bringing a couple Stephen King books and then a couple other books that I've wanted to start reading. And it's because I haven't read that author, not Stephen King, but a different author. This author this author wrote the Illuminae series. I'm not quite sure what her name is. I can look it up. Um, let's see. Amy Kaufman. This one, Illuminae. There we go, Illuminae. Um, I've actually wanted to. Sorry, she knows. I've wanted to read this book for a while, and I've heard decent things about it. I've never actually read this. Like, it sounds pretty interesting. It's like a kind of sci-fi kind of read, which is kind of cool. Like, I don't know. There's some sci-fi books that I like, and there's also some sci-fi books that I don't like. So, it depends. So, I read them, so I'm gonna try them out and see what I think about them, because I don't actually know if I'm gonna like it or not. And I have one more nonfiction book that I got from my book subscription that I'm with. I'm waiting for my thing to load. It's being stupid. Um, oh, sorry, I'm yawning. um, okay, yeah, The Institute is what I wanted to read. Oh, and another book that I found, actually, a fellow booktuber. She's way more popular than I am on YouTube, obviously, because she's better at it. But that's fine. I've heard good things about this. It's called Lore by Alexandra Bracken, and I'm pretty excited to read it. I just bought it today, actually. So it should be coming in the next couple of weeks, I would hope. And I will read it and let you guys know what I think about it. Sorry, my eyes are watering. I have allergies. But yeah, that's all. The book should be arriving hopefully before I leave, so I'm hoping that I get it before I leave. Um that's basically all I have to say about it. That's just a couple of the books I actually want to read. I have many, many more, but that's just the ones right this second that I want to read. I'll try and do my videos every, what days were I doing it now? I will try to do them every Thursday and Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do them when I leave for the city, but I will try to do them before, and then I can post them on YouTube when I'm in my hotel room. I'm only going to be there for about 3 days or so, so I'm hoping that I can get a good chunk of reading done at that point, because I'll have a hotel room all to myself for 2 days, so I can just chill, take a bubble bath, relax, read, have coffee, and yeah, it'll be fun. I haven't been out of my house for quite a while. Like, I've, gone and get groceries and all that fun stuff, but I haven't really traveled anywhere. We don't normally go anywhere with the COVID right now. I haven't traveled anywhere lately. Like, the last place I traveled was my parents' house, but they're in my bubble. They're not sick. I'm not sick. I've been tested more than once. I do not have COVID. So I go visit my mom and dad and my brother. Just wanted to point that out there if anybody thought that I shouldn't be visiting with my parents. I know some people can't visit their parents, and this is not me gloating. This is just me saying they're in my bubble, and that's why I'm hanging out with them. I wash my hands all the time. I make sure that I'm covering my mouth when I cough and sneeze. That's just what I'm doing. So I very much hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gives you a little bit of fun and maybe cures your boredom for a little while. I actually really enjoy doing these videos because I haven't done it in a couple months, and I really wish I wouldn't have stopped doing it. I am sorry about that. It's just, I've had family issues for quite a while, and I had the funeral of my grandpa, and another of my family members is in the hospital, not with COVID-19 or anything. Nobody in my family has passed away from that or had that. So, my grandpa was just, he had a massive heart attack. That's why my grandpa passed away. My auntie, she's in the hospital. I don't know what's going on. I only know as much as what they tell me because I'm not immediate family. They only tell me what they get told by the doctors. All I know is she has lung and heart problems. I don't know how serious it is. She's in palliative care, so I'm not sure how serious palliative care is, but I think it's probably pretty serious. I miss her a lot. She lives in Red Deer. It's really hard for me right now, and I'm trying to distract myself by doing the videos, but it's super difficult, and I really, really, really miss them, and I wish I could be with them right now. I really do. But because she lives in Red Deer and I do not drive right now, I do not have the money for a vehicle or all the upkeep and all that. I do not have the money for it. So I do not drive. I have not driven at all. I had a moped, but it got stolen. That's what's been going on with me. I know you probably don't really care about the personal things, but I just wanted all my subscribers to know that I really appreciate you subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me, and I'm not on here just for subscriptions. I'm on here just because I want to. I want to talk about books, and I want you guys to be entertained, and I want my book club to go crazy because I have it on Facebook too. If you want to join, if you haven't already joined my Facebook group, it is Book Dragons 2019. On Facebook, go to the groups icon on your Facebook app or on your computer, whatever. If you want to, you can add me. I really don't mind. I actually hope people request to be added to the group. I am the sole admin for this group. Again, my booktube channel is Book Dragon, or sorry, not Book Dragon. Book Dragon 93. So if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, if you're watching this, press subscribe, and then if you want to, you can click the little icon button, and every time I post a video, you will be notified. So if you want to do that, feel free to. I definitely appreciate every single one of you, and I hope that I get more. That would be awesome if I did get more people. I actually really hope you guys enjoyed this. It's basically me rambling on and on about books for 41 minutes, as my camera says. I'm by no means a professional video taker person, but I really do enjoy doing them, and I will try not to ramble so much. I have been rambling for way too long. And maybe I'll even do a come sit and read with me video or something. Because I wouldn't mind doing that, and maybe you guys can ask questions and you can get to know each other. Maybe I'll do a Facebook Live or something. Like, we'll see. I still have 2 weeks before I have to go to Edmonton, so there's lots of possibilities. I may do a 24-hour readathon because that sounds pretty fun. I'm pretty much want to do that tonight, I think. I don't think I'm really going to, like, video it, really. I might just... I'm not really sure how I can do that, because I know some people like to vlog and stuff, but I just do videos just for the fun of it. I'll probably go on saying I'm doing a 24-hour read-along or readathon, and I'll probably try to read all night tonight, and then I can sleep a bit in tomorrow, because I don't have to work or anything, so I can just do a readathon tonight, because that sounds fun, and I'm kind of bored, so I thought I would do that. And then, yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a readathon tonight. I'm going to do it earlier, though. I'm going to go probably from 10 o'clock, and I'm going to do it until 10 o'clock the next day. So I probably will not read all night. I'll probably read until I get tired and then go to bed. But I will try to stay up as late as I can so I can finish a couple books, so then I can come back and say, this is what I read on my 24-hour readathon, and yeah, it'll be fun, I think. I'll do that tonight. I'm gonna do a readathon tonight. It is 9:45 right now, so I'm gonna do that, and by the time I post this video, I will already be doing that readathon, and I will do a Facebook post of my readathon video, or readathon post, whatever. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, my 45-minute video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.